All that was left of his many loves was a belt, one boot and a pair of gloves with the mark of a woman's clutch. Mad mass murderer McIlvaine, the kid with the killer touch. On the last day of the month of May, the flowers faded all to grey. He wasn't mithered either way, you couldn't quite convince. Mass murderer McIlvaine, the Jasper with the Jekyll mince. He wasn't poor, he wasn't rich, hard to know what threw the switch that made his trigger finger itch, but something surely did. Mass murderer McIlvaine, the crazy mixed up kiddo, ankle deep in sin, looking for a big fat widow with a black suede room to keep him in. He didn't drink, he didn't smoke, seemed like a decent bloke. His wives, however, would tend to croak quite early in their bond. Mass murderer McIlvaine, the hits go on and on and on, the hits go on and on. They made out a hop sack with a perma crease, authorised by the style police, frog-mouth pockets on a flat front, for work or leisure or pulling stunts. When it comes to the classic Callards, mate, Farrah's, since 78. I got a pair in Air Force blue. They look good with a slip-on shoe. A nice Oxford in a muted plaid or a Pringle wouldn't look too bad. You can't pull off a pair of pegs. Farrah's, they cover your legs. Neat, 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 neat. Please do not make me repeat. The dress code is hard and brief. Look out for the F motif. Spick and span, borderline sportif, spotless. Alive, she cried. Parallel stride, Farrah's, the parallel stride. The dead hand of Mr. Grief can fall upon the shoulder like an autumn leaf, but then the light touch was his leitmotif. Here's a rhyme in the office of a reef. 81 years and all too brief, 81 tears of sweet relief, 81 beers, here's to the chief, R.I.P., the gentleman thief. I'm sick of picking up all of these checks, putting up shelves, wearing these kecks. I want to be one of the weaker sex. I'm crossing the floor. The darts team are going to show me the door. The barbers, the bookies, the B&Q. I was a geezer just like you. It started with a handbag, now I gotta get the shoes. Crossing the floor. I'm not exactly Diana Dawes. I'm trapped in a man's body. I feel like Madonna, but I look like Bill Oddie. I feel like the Shirelles, but I look like Shawaddy Waddy. Crossing the floor. I'm unhappy and that's against the law. I lost my holiday money for a nylon syrup. It isn't funny. Some weirdo calls me honey. Crossing the floor. Give it a go. You never know anymore. Bye-bye Boddingtons, hello shorts. I wear size 9 kitten heel coats. I'm gonna get a vagina of sorts. Crossing the floor. All that glitters ain't Zsa Gabor. A sad sack in a sickly groove, the band kicked off, he couldn't move. What was he trying to prove? The man who didn't love Elvis. He didn't seem to have a heart. He was a man apart. I had him pegged right from the start. The man who didn't love Elvis. The man who didn't love Elvis is not as other men, condemned to miss the point time and time and time again. From which benighted neighbourhood, whose golden vision is the colour of mud? And what does he have instead of blood? The man who didn't love Elvis.